Charlie Sheen did an interview about his new documentary coming out in a couple days on Netflix, and he admitted that he was sleeping with men. If you know Charlie Sheen, you know that he has had a substance issue for years, and he was also sleeping around with escorts, but now he's finally admitting that some of those escorts were men after he came out in 2015 and told everybody that he was diagnosed with HIV. This interview automatically made me think back to 2006 when Charlie Sheen was married to Denise Richards, who at the time was trying to divorce him. She took him to court and was trying to get custody of their children and also trying to get a restraining order against him. And during this time in court, she alleged some pretty serious allegations. She said that he was violent. She said that he was dealing with substance abuse issues. She said that he was dealing with escorts. She also alleged that he was using adult sites, and she believed that some of those people on those adult sites were way younger than what they were supposed to be. Back in 2006, Charlie Sheen was denying all of the allegations that she put out. As you can see, Denise Richards filed this declaration in court, and she was trying to get a restraining order at the time. And she said, "I am now filing this because I can no longer accept the respondent's abusive and threatening manner and must stop him from the cycle of abuse towards me and our children." And this declaration is 17 pages long, where she is detailing huge allegations of abuse, of illegal substance issues, of having gambling problems, of having an addiction to adult films, to also using escorts. This is the one part that always gets me, that she talks about a couple times in this declaration. She said, "I told him that I discovered some adult websites that he belonged to, which I found very disturbing. These websites promoted very young girls with pigtails, braces, and no hair, performing physical relations with each other. I also told him about other websites I discovered that he accessed involving gay adult films, also involving very young men who also did not look like adults." She goes on to allege that his pictures on these sites was that of his private area, which he emailed to approximately 30 women. She said when she confronted him with this information, he did not deny it. She said she told him that she was a mother and that she found this information very disturbing because they had 2 young daughters, and that she believed that he had a serious problem which he needed to deal with, and that he should not be around their children. Went on to say that he told her that she was prude and that she was overreacting, and he reiterated that there was nothing wrong with the sites that he was accessing and that she needed to turn her head and ignore it. And then she went on to allege one of many times throughout this declaration that he would go and start threatening her and putting his hands on her. Said he hit my right wrist with his arm and shoved me in the stomach area with both his hands and got in his car and left. She alleged that he did this to her after saying, "If you reveal anything about my lifestyle, you won't lay your head down at night." And this automatically brings me back to the allegations from Corey Feldman about Corey Haim and Charlie Sheen.
Shared with me that on the set of Lucas, that he was raped as a little boy. And he told me that, it was his co-star. And he told me that it was Charlie Sheen that did it.
He mentioned Charlie Sheen, that he had worked on a movie, and I don't know if he just wanted to get it out, or he just wanted to let me know that I was kind of shocked that he says, "Oh, come on, I want to tell you a couple of things about friends that that I went through," and he mentioned that on a movie he had worked on, and then I said, "Well, who is it?" And then he says, "Charlie Sheen."
So I heard that Charlie Sheen had he had said to him, "This is what men do."
Shit, I've personally heard a story about Charlie and Corey Haim, probably, I don't know, at least a dozen people probably in my inner circle knew, for sure. It was pretty much common knowledge. I mean, it was kind of unspoken. I mean, Dominic always talked about it because he was obsessed with it. But everybody seemed to be under the impression that Charlie Sheen was diddling him on the set of Lucas.
Haim told me specifically about what had happened to him on the set of Lucas. He told me who had done it, who had abused him. I found it hard to believe. If Feldman had not told me that that's what he'd been told for years, I would have probably not believed it. But to have the same story over and over and over again, you kind of go, really?
He's a true shit.
Now I really can't help it because these are some of the allegations even his own wife was making in 2006 that he denied. Charlie Sheen was even asked about his strained relationship with one of his daughters by Denise Richards, and he claimed that he doesn't even understand what he did. But literally 5 months before he did this interview, she came out very publicly explaining that she basically wanted nothing to do with her dad. She talked about her dad's substance issues, and she even went on a podcast to explain that her dad sent her a very weird text message without going into detail that just made her feel uncomfortable. I think it's pretty crazy. Now, after all of these years, he is finally coming out with some of the allegations that his ex-wife said about him years prior that he constantly tried to fight her for and drag her in the media for. I don't know, but y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.